Well, if YouTube has taught us one thing, you can't go wrong with cat videos.
Rel, it's gonna be okay. No, I know you don't want to hear this right now, but everything happens for a reason.
You're right, Clarence. Everything does happen for a reason. I want you to meet Keanu.
What? No. Oh my God, that's the cutest cat I've ever seen in my life. Hello, I'm sorry, Keanu?
Keanu stars Key and Peele, who you may know from the small screen or from the internet, taking their shtick to the big screen as a couple of guys who end up in a gang thanks to a little kitten. Can Key and Peele make the transition from sketch comedy to feature-length comedy? Let's check out 5 things you might want to know about Keanu. Let's start with the one thing you really want to know about every comedy that comes out. Is it funny? The answer? Yeah, I think it is. I laughed. I had a great time. And not just one of those simple, chuckle every once in a while. I had some gut laugh out loud moments during this movie, as did the rest of the audience as well. These guys are really funny. There is a reason they are so successful in their TV show, their sketch comedy, and on YouTube. They get comedy. They understand timing. I think that's what it was for me the most, is how great they are at the timing of a joke or the timing of a physical joke. All that stuff works really well here, and I think you're going to laugh a lot. For number 2, another one of the reasons I think the humor works is just the flat-out amazing chemistry these guys have built together. There is something about working with somebody that closely on comedy for so long where you can anticipate the timing and the interaction even better. It is obvious these guys know each other's beats really well, and I think it's to the movie's benefit quite a bit. It really made me think, is this like Laurel and Hardy or Abbott and Costello kind of level, or, Dean Martin and Jerry Lewis, or I'm trying to think of a more recent comedy duo, and I guess maybe like Tina Fey and Amy Poehler do this really well as well. Just kind of that comedy instinct and that chemistry to work together, and it's obvious these guys have it, and it benefits the movie to a great extent. Now, the truth is, in a movie like this, the comedy can work, but if everything else doesn't, it can still be kind of a letdown. I actually felt there was more that worked about this, even in kind of the emotional department. I bought in to a lot of what was going on here with the relationships and how they loved each other. There's also a deeper meaning on racial politics and racial appropriation of cultures, the idea of suburban culture and inner city culture and how those interact. And it gets it in a way that a movie like, what was the Will Ferrell movie? Get Hard? In a way that a movie like that completely missed the boat on. The idea that it's funny because there's truth there and there's interesting things to explore. And so it has both the depth of the meaning and the comedy on the surface, which I love about this movie, and I thought it did really well. Of course, the main question with Key and Peele is, can they take sketch comedy and extend it to 90 minutes, make it feature-length comedy? And I think they have some hit and misses. Let's start with the hit for number 4. The plot is constructed really, really well. It zigs where it needs to zig, zags where it needs to zag. They get the idea of taking the audience through some twists and turns, telling them a story. So I think they get that down, and because of that, you never feel bored or out of it, or it never feels disjointed. There's a cohesion to it that serves the movie really, really well. So where does the movie falter? Well, I think the miss for them, as far as, expanding a sketch comedy to a feature-length film, has to do with the repetition of jokes. I really feel like they beat some of these jokes into the ground a little too much. Now, when you're dealing with a 5-minute sketch, you don't have to worry about that. You don't have time to beat a joke into the ground too much. But over 90 minutes, it can get a bit tiresome if I feel like you're repeating the same material over and over. That could be a skill that over time they will develop, and I hope they do, because like I said, they're really funny. But here, I did get tired with some of the jokes. Overall, though, Keanu is a lot of fun. These guys are obviously very funny and very funny together, and I do hope they make more movies. This one overall, for me, landed right at a solid B. Thanks for checking out this Your Movie Friend review. We'll get to the best ever challenge here in a bit. First, I'd like you to check out the cards up here. Little info button, you can click that. You'll see other stuff that goes on at the channel, reviews, how to support, the website, all that kind of fun stuff. Also, search for me on social media. I do Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat, Facebook, all the socials. Just search for my name, Aaron Dicer, Aarondicer. You'll find me wherever your favorite media platform is. Periscope's a fun one too, if you want to do that. That's good stuff. Also, the podcast is called SiftPop. We do it every Friday. SiftPop. If you do the podcast thing, you can tune in. We have different guests on every week and talk about all sorts of fun pop culture. So we'd love to have you along. All right, on to the best ever challenge, where you name the best movie ever in a particular category and also try to guess what my choice is. Let's go with the best movie ever to feature a cat. For mine, I'm going to go with the one that would also be my best movie ever to feature a hamster. And also has a dog with superpowers, but that maybe gives it away. Take a guess at mine in the comments, and then also leave your choice there as well. And as always, here's 5 extra seconds to hit the subscribe logo. It's right down in this corner.